Here are the top 10 Xbox Series role-playing games. The RPG, the stepping into the shoes of an individual that you've either created or is set forth for you. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. I think when we talk about role-playing games, it's a bit easy to throw out The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Obviously, an all-time classic, high-level, high-quality role-playing experience where you jump into the shoes of the Witcher, Geralt here, as he goes about on adventures across variously large land masses, talking to people, taking in quests, slaying monsters, and going through one epic story in something that is overall, narrative-wise, focused on a core group of individuals as they deal with various threats, problems, and issues, either together or, against one another, or in some weird combination of systems and setups that happen in a mature, violent, and very engaging world that is The Witcher 3. The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim. I mean, this one is a pretty easy choice as well. I mean, you literally get to make your own sort of character however you want them, and you step into the shoes of somebody that becomes ever more powerful as you gain experience in this world of, well, basically, I don't know, the varying factions that are fighting for dominance, and, there's dragons, and there's tons of monsters, there's tons of people to talk to. You really carve out your own unique path and journey across the events of, well, The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim. I mean, it's a really easy choice that you can also take further with your role-playing because there's lots of modding, so you can kind of fine-tune the experience to be exactly what you want it to be, or you can jump into the preset journey that's also expanded upon with, ever so many different, DLC contents that were added over time. This is Fallout New Vegas. The Fallout games are great for role-playing in the apocalyptic wasteland, but one of them really allows you to distinctly, completely change, well, what's going on. The journey is entirely up to the weird choices you've made as you wander about in, well, this deserty wasteland. That's right, it's full of personalization in regards to creating your own character. You have a simple goal in terms of just trying to find out, well, who caused you some problems, basically. And then you go about trying to figure out the best way to go through things to solve the problems that are presented. And this wasteland can become, I don't know, more apocalyptic, less apocalyptic, or just a bit more strange depending on all of the choices you make over the long term in your journey to finding out what did happen to that thing you were supposed to deliver. This is Cyberpunk 2077, which I think is a very easy choice for role-playing because you literally get to experience the journey of being in a cyberpunk society. I always call it the cyberpunk world of my dreams because I've always wanted a place like this to exist. And wow, you really do get to kind of go on this wild journey of an individual from a background of your choosing through a design and template of a character of your creation as you gain modifications, adjustments, and whatnot that allow you to take in this world, whether you're driving about, running about, kind of doing a bit of flying, hopping, like I always do with my special feet, leg, boot things. And you get to go on one intense buddy journey there with Keanu as you try to figure out, well, how do you deal with this ever-growing presence in your head? And then, kind of making decisions along the way that will impact your very life. Oh, in the cyberpunk land! I know, what a concept. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So part of the more role-playing focused Assassin's Creed entries, you will be gathering an array of different weapons, tools, and abilities as you become ever more powerful in this massively, overly large-sized Assassin's Creed adventure in an ancient Greek landscape. You get to kind of play sides. You get to engage in large-scale wars. You get to sail across the ocean. You get to run about on land, ride about on horseback, or, I don't know, maybe the other odd mount that's available. It's got elements of a little bit of fantasy, but also an element of you picking your particular character path, and then seeing that sort of play out over the course of the story, as it does actually factor into things to a degree. And yeah, this one is just very, very large, very, very expansive, and full of never-ending activities for you to do. I think a very obvious choice is the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So this one is more of a compilation, I guess you would say, but it is a collection of the Mass Effect games 1 to 3, where your decisions are actually cohesive across your journey in space as you command this legendary anomalous ship, and you step into the roles of your created character, where every single decision, choice, companion, and conflict ultimately plays out in an expansive kind of long journey where you really do feel like you have left a mark on the universe, you have left a mark on your crew, and you have gone on many exciting spacefaring journeys as you meet all of these different factions and species and see the long-term impacts of your decisions from previous games if you go through them that way. And you can see that all kind of play out towards the third one, aside from maybe the ending, but you get what I mean. This is Borderlands 2. Yeah, it's time to get out there and grab bazillions of guns, as you really do quite personalize and improve your particular character selected class in this wasteland that is filled with weird laughs, crazy creatures, and then one strangely charming boss? Battle monster dude? Kind of a weird way to put it, but handsome Jack. He's a handsome guy, but he does cause a lot of problems, and the franchise just can't seem to escape that dude. So go around blasting, go around, kind of collecting weird weapons and tools and gadgets, and destroy a wide range of foes across a selection of different locations in what is a very large, expansive, exciting, and well put together game that actually has a lot of supplementary titles as well. If you can't get enough of this particular group, it really is a wild time, Borderlands. This is Persona 5. What? I know, what a choice. Jump into this exciting split world of, kind of going to school, and then also jumping into this weird other world where you have these exciting personified abilities, and you wear funny costumes, and you do all kinds of different combat with a very quirky cast of characters that is backed by some really pumping, exciting music, beautiful visuals that are quite stunning to take in what is an incredibly lengthy, well done, well-loved, masterful experience for role-playing. It is just quite something. It's the Persona series sort of personified to the highest tier, and yeah, this is one wild experience that I think delights most of the people that jump into it. It is quite a title for sure. This is Elden Ring. I mean, gotta have some sort of Souls-like adventure on here, and why not the one where you really do make whatever sort of weird survival-esque kind of class character you want, and you go out and improve some skills and hope that you can survive the dozens upon dozens of monsters that are literally sitting around every corner in this open world. There's also creepy dungeons that will continue to challenge and mess with you in many ways. There's giant dragon creatures, there's giant regular dudes that can also kill you too, and you've got various tools for moving through this place, and it's very distinct, and you do feel like you go on quite a journey where a world is actually changed quite a bit by your actions and choices, as it does definitely get altered in some different ways by the end of your weird journey, although for a lot of people the journey is just beginning once it ends here, as there's always more to do in the Elden Ring. And finally we have Fable 2. One of the classic role-playing titles for the Xbox platform. You get to have a journey through a level of morality where your character sort of changes. You also can manage houses and stuff, and there's elements of interactions with other people that might lead to some children, and it's really weird because it's like an epic kind of game of fantasy and magic and humor and chicken kicking and sword battles and creatures and action, and it's just absolutely delightful. You can also play it in co-op too, which is kind of nice. But yeah, those are some pretty top tier role-playing games, I would say, for the platform. Be sure to like the video again. Subscribing is also fantastic if you'd like to do that sort of thing. and good luck out there adventuring and role playing your own journey.